Hello and welcome to Explain the Charts. Today is Friday, October 24th, 2025, and we are doing a deep dive into Alphabet, ticker symbol Google. The stock is in the spotlight as it's currently trading at new all-time highs, pushing higher in this morning's session. Let's unpack the whirlwind of recent news that is creating this price action. Just a few days ago, on October 21st, sentiment turned quite bearish after OpenAI teased its new AI-powered web browser, ChatGPT Atlas. This was seen as a direct threat to Google's dominant search business, causing the stock to drop sharply from a high over $254 down to a low of $244 that day. However, the narrative shifted almost immediately. Google countered with its own powerful news, including a landmark new quantum computing algorithm and a massive, multi-billion-dollar AI partnership between Google Cloud and Anthropic. These developments have clearly renewed investor confidence in Google's ability to compete and innovate in the critical AI space. Adding fuel to the fire, Bank of America recently raised its price target on the stock to a bullish $280, citing strong momentum ahead of the October 29th earnings report. Now, let's pull up the daily chart to put this all into perspective. Google has been in a powerful uptrend for most of 2025, recovering impressively from its 52-week low of around $140 back in early April. We can see a major test for the stock in early September when it experienced a very sharp pullback from above $210 all the way down to the $148 level on high volume. That drop found significant buying support, and the subsequent recovery has been nothing short of spectacular, which demonstrates incredible market resilience and belief in the company's long-term story. This brings us to the most critical price level on this entire chart, the previous all-time high of $257.33, which was set this past Monday, October 20th. The price action this week has been a clear battle right at this key resistance zone. The dip on the 21st was a failed attempt by sellers to reject the price from this peak, but they were quickly overwhelmed. Let's zoom in on the action since the beginning of September to get a clearer view of this recent rally. After that dramatic September drop, the recovery has formed a clear and strong upward channel. The price consolidated below the $240 resistance for several weeks before decisively breaking out in early October. It then sliced right through the $252 resistance level that some analysts were watching. Now that we are trading above $257.33, this level should theoretically flip from being a ceiling to a floor, acting as our first major support zone on any pullbacks. If the price were to fall through that, the next support areas to watch would be around $252, and then the more significant zone between $240 and $245. Switching over to the 1-hour chart gives us a magnified view of this week's intense battle. Here, you can clearly see the sharp V-shaped recovery after the bearish OpenAI news hit the market on Tuesday. The market's ability to absorb that negative catalyst and rally back so quickly is a sign of extremely strong underlying demand for the stock. Following that recovery, the price formed a tight consolidation pattern, almost like a bullish flag, right underneath that critical $257 resistance level. This type of pattern often indicates that a stock is gathering energy before a powerful move higher, which is precisely what we are witnessing in today's session. Finally, let's jump to the 15-minute chart to see today's breakout in detail. After closing yesterday around the $253 mark, the stock gapped up this morning and immediately pushed through the $257.33 resistance. Today's high so far is $259.46, establishing a new all-time high for the stock and signaling strong bullish momentum at the open. For intraday traders, the key is to see if Google can hold above this $257.33 breakout point. A failure to hold this level could see it fall back into the previous range to test support around the $255 area. So, to summarize everything, the fundamental story is a battle of AI titans, but Google's recent strategic moves are currently winning favor with investors. The technical picture is now decidedly bullish following a major breakout from a consolidation pattern at all-time highs. The most important price level to watch is the previous high of $257.33. This must now hold as support. On the upside, the next resistance levels are psychological round numbers like $260, with longer-term sights set on analyst targets like the $280 mark from Bank of America. Key downside support levels are now $257.33, followed by $255, and then the $251 to $252 area. Let's outline the likely scenarios from here. The bullish case, which I would assign a 70% probability given the current momentum, is that this breakout holds firm. Positive sentiment leading into the October 29th earnings report could propel the stock towards the $265 to $270 range in the very short term. Look for strong, sustained trading volume to confirm the validity of this breakout. The bearish case, with a 30% probability, would involve this breakout failing, turning into a bull trap. If the price quickly reverses and closes back below $257 on the daily chart, it would be a significant warning sign for longs. This could be triggered by broader market weakness or a disappointing earnings report next week, which could send the stock spiraling back down to test the $245 support level. Therefore, it's critical to watch the upcoming earnings call for future guidance. Please remember, this analysis is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Trading and investing involve risk, and you should always conduct your own thorough research and consult with a certified financial professional before making any decisions. Thank you for watching Explain the Charts, and we'll see you in the next video.